The Psychology of Loneliness, Why We Feel Alone in a Crowded World, written in your calm, reflective mindful navigator voice with clear structure, payoff, stories, and depth. Picture this: you're standing in a crowded room, surrounded by laughter, conversations, and people who seem deeply connected. Yet, deep inside, you feel invisible, like you're drifting in the middle of an ocean, without an anchor. This is loneliness, and it's one of the most quietly painful experiences we can have. In the next 30 minutes, we're going to unravel why loneliness cuts so deep, the surprising science behind it, and most importantly, how to navigate these waters so you don't just survive them, but find true connection again. What you're about to learn will change the way you see yourself, and the world around you. Loneliness isn't just an emotion, it's become a silent epidemic. Studies show that chronic loneliness can be as harmful as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. Think about that. Something invisible, something we rarely talk about, can slowly erode our health, our minds, and even our lifespan. But loneliness doesn't mean simply being alone. Some of the loneliest people are those with large social circles, thousands of followers online, and daily interactions. What's missing is not people, but connection. The soul doesn't crave company, it craves resonance. Let's define it. Psychologists describe loneliness as the painful gap between the relationships we have and the relationships we long for. It's not about quantity, it's about quality. And when that gap grows wide, the human brain sounds alarms. When we feel lonely, the brain responds as if we're under threat. Evolution wired us this way because in ancient times, separation from the tribe often meant danger. Alone, you were vulnerable to predators, hunger, or injury. So even today, the brain interprets loneliness as a survival crisis. Stress hormones like cortisol surge. Sleep becomes shallow. Focus narrows. And here's the cruel twist: loneliness makes us hyper-alert to rejection. We start to perceive neutral faces as unfriendly, silence as judgment, distance as abandonment. This creates a feedback loop. The lonelier we feel, the more we push others away. And slowly, isolation deepens. Let me tell you about Maya. She's 28, lives in a bustling city, and works in a creative field surrounded by colleagues. On the outside, she seems connected. But at night, she scrolls endlessly on her phone, hoping for a message, a sign that someone truly sees her. She attends gatherings, smiles, and laughs at the right moments, but inside, she feels like a ghost. The more she tries to fit in, the more invisible she feels. Maya's story isn't rare, it's the story of millions. Perhaps it's even yours. Because the truth is, loneliness isn't about being unseen by others. It's about being disconnected from your authentic self. Why is loneliness so common today, when we are more connected than ever? 1. Superficial connectivity. Social media creates the illusion of closeness but often leaves us emptier. A like is not the same as a listening ear. 2. Fear of vulnerability. We crave intimacy but fear rejection. So we build walls, curated profiles, surface-level conversations, never showing the raw truth of who we are. 3. Modern lifestyles, urbanization, long commutes, remote work, all contribute to fragmented communities. We no longer know our neighbors the way we once did. 4. Cultural narratives. We glorify independence. But in reality, the human nervous system is built for co-regulation. We calm each other, heal each other, and grow together. And then there's comparison. In a world where everyone's highlight reel is on display, it's easy to feel like you're the only one struggling. The irony? Almost everyone you meet carries some loneliness, tucked quietly behind their smiles. So if we all feel it, why are we so afraid to admit it? Why do we treat loneliness like a personal failure, instead of a universal signal? The answer lies in how society has shaped our sense of worth. Psychologist Abraham Maslow placed love and belonging right at the center of his hierarchy of needs. After food and safety, the deepest hunger of the human spirit is connection. But modern culture often tells us, be self-sufficient. Be strong. Don't need anyone. While independence has value, it ignores a truth carved deep into our biology: we are wired for interdependence. Loneliness isn't weakness. It's your nervous system signaling a need. Just like thirst tells you to drink water, loneliness tells you, seek connection. And the moment we stop seeing it as shameful and start seeing it as natural, we begin to heal. So, how do we bridge the gap? Here are a few guiding stars. Start with self-connection. Journaling, meditation, or simply honest reflection. You can't connect deeply with others if you're estranged from yourself. Quality over quantity. One authentic conversation nourishes more than dozens of small talks. Embrace vulnerability. True closeness begins when you risk showing the unpolished version of yourself. Create micro moments of connection. Eye contact with a stranger, a genuine compliment, a shared laugh, these tiny anchors remind you that you're not drifting alone. Seek community with shared meaning. Whether it's a book club, a spiritual group, or volunteering, humans bond most deeply when working towards something bigger than themselves. Loneliness doesn't vanish overnight. But each act of reaching, each moment of honesty, begins to mend the invisible threads that tie us back to one another. So the next time you feel alone in a crowded room, remember, loneliness is not proof of your inadequacy, it's proof of your humanity. It's the echo of your heart, reminding you that you were never designed to walk this journey isolated. And perhaps, just perhaps, someone near you feels the same, waiting for a hand to reach across the silence. This is the psychology of loneliness. It's not a life sentence, it's a call. A call back to connection, to presence, to being truly seen and truly seeing others. If this voyage has resonated with you, consider sharing it. Because in that act alone, you may be the bridge someone else is silently waiting for.